Hey guys, Clay Edwards here. I want to tell you real quick about RC Lawn Care. My buddy Richard Coley is going to be the guy you need to contact for all of your lawn maintenance needs. You can reach him at 601-502-3529. They offer roof to curb service, blowing off the roof, gutter cleaning, basic lawn care including mow, trim, edge, and blow, full lawn cleanup, trash removal, garden supplies delivered, pine straw installs, driveway and sidewalk pressure washing. If grass is growing, you need RC Lawn Care Mowing. Again, 601-502-3529. Richard Coley at RC Lawn Care, proud sponsor of the Clay Edwards Show podcast.
Strap in, turn up the volume, no sugar added, talk radio. My favorite line in all that is the positive solutions only folks have been in charge for a long time now. I ain't seeing too many positive solutions. And every time we try to give them a positive solution, they just figure out a way to burn it to the ground. All right, this segment is going to be brought to you by our friends over at Acme Pizza and Daiquiris. Man, get out there and see them today in Flowwood, 4 p.m. to about midnight or so. Open late. And I talked to Chip yesterday. I think he's about to start doing some Blue Plate specials out there too and start opening for lunch. Stay tuned for that. But until then, and you know, that area needs some more lunch options too. They really do, especially Blue Plate. It's packed trying to get in anywhere in Flowwood. But look, open 4 to midnight. 12 different specialty pizzas on tap. Go check out their menu. Just go Google Acme Pizza and Daiquiris or check out their Facebook page. See all the different pizzas. Okay, again, I love the pig. They got a buffalo chicken one also that's really good. Real good, actually. And I think all that's meat, all that stuff smoked. I know it is on the barbecue pizza. The pig. They got burgers, pasta, appetizers, and more. 9 different frozen daiquiris on tap, full bar. A lot of high-end bourbons and tequilas and stuff of that nature, vodkas. You know, if you like a good OG, good mixed drink, let them take care of you at Acme Pizza and Daiquiris. Got live entertainment on the weekends. Just a fun, old-school vibe about it. It's actually Chip and Fred Cerami are big buddies that has Ceramis. And I went to Cerami's the other day for the first time. And it just feels like a really cool Italian restaurant. Just like old school, you know, family owned. Just love the vibe in there. The bar area is really neat. And Chip has kind of replicated that somewhat. It's kind of got that vibe over there at Acme Pizza and Daiquiris too, somewhere you can actually hang out and have a drink and eat your food and enjoy yourself. Just dark enough, you know, to not feel like you're in a bingo hall. But check them out, man. They're available for dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. They're on all major food delivery apps, including locally owned Take a Break Delivery. Support 2 Clay Edwards Show sponsors in one fell swoop. Get it ordered on Take a Break Deliveries. Use the promo code CLAY601. Get $5 off your delivery fee, which, let me say the quiet part out loud, that means you're getting free delivery. Courtesy of Clay Edwards. And you get to support 2 of my sponsors and let them know that you heard it here by using that promo code CLAY601. So they'll keep advertising with us. Win, win, win. That's all we do around here. All right, man. Let's jump into some stuff here. How about MSNBC and left-wing Twitter had an absolute meltdown last night that Trump was on CNN. And I didn't like the girl that was moderating or hosting the town hall or whatever you want to call it. She sucked. I ain't got no other way to put it. I mean, she just was calling Trump a liar. There is no evidence of election tampering and election theft and yada, yada, yada. Yes, it is. You just choose to continue to stick your heads in the damn sand and pretend it's not. It's insulting. And come purge time, y'all are going to be the first ones to go. But here is an angry Nicole Wallace. Just very, very lot of sand in places you don't like to have sand over CNN having Trump on. This is about 2 minutes long. We're going to play the whole thing.
Cause and effect. Trump speaks, there are consequences. And this will be our third straight go-around, folks.
The consequences is in you're going to F around, you're going to find out.
Third straight presidential election where a twice impeached, once indicted, liable for sexual abuse and defamation, Donald Trump is a candidate. Everyone knows, you, me, people on the left, people on the right, the largely silent group in the middle. Everyone knows exactly what's about to happen. So at this point, it's not projection, it's not frustration, it's not exasperation. It's just a fact that when Donald Trump has a platform to talk, the worst elements of our society aren't just watching. They're pumping it into their disinformation and misinformation system, putting that information on steroids.
Ooh, that is rich right there. Somebody from MSNBC talking about misinformation and disinformation. Come on down, young son, with them lies.
And pushing it out to the people that the agencies that protect us warn are primed and pumped to carry out acts of domestic violent extremism, which is why tonight's town hall isn't just about a cable network, isn't just about a candidate, but it begs a question. What are we going to do this time? What have we learned? Have we learned nothing? The last time Trump was questioned by a non-Fox News, non-right-wing person or network was in October 2020. He got his feelings hurt. He got mad, and he walked out on a 60 Minutes interview with Leslie Stahl. Since then, he has plotted, orchestrated, cheered, and sought to join a coup that you might have heard about. He was impeached a second time. And remember, the first one was for trying to extort Zelensky, who's now at war with Russia. He's then been indicted in Manhattan.
Well, you know, that aged well. That aged, the Trump-Zelensky thing. I mean, I'm being serious, not sarcastic. Trump was right.
And for campaign-related conduct, for paying hush money to a porn star to stay quiet weeks before his election. And more recently, yesterday, he was found liable by a jury of his peers, which reportedly included people who were part of the MAGA world, for sexually abusing a woman in the 1990s. They believed her.
That is a damn lie. That is an outright lie. He was found innocent of those charges, but he was found liable for, or guilt, however you want to say it, liable, guilty, whatever, of defamation. Come on now. Come on. Quit. You know, I had to tune a white liberal up yesterday, decided to come trespassing into my DMs, talking about some Trump stuff out of nowhere. Same thing.
And now he's poised to return to the mainstream media airwaves tonight. Let's bring in former Republican Congressman and MSNBC contributor David Jolly. Michael Steele still with us.
All right, so they were so mad on Twitter last night that they started a hashtag called Not CNN. So mad at CNN. CNN told y'all when they got bought out that they were going to start running it a little bit more down the middle. Now, I don't know that you call what happened last night down the middle, but the fact that they did a Trump town hall, and I thought Trump, well, he was hitting on all cylinders last night. I didn't watch the whole thing. I have a life that I try to balance a little bit. But I caught every bit of the 3/4 of it. Man, I mean, they tried to back Trump in the corner on the war, or the propaganda war. Are you pulling? Who do you want to win, Russia or Ukraine? I thought it was a good question. Kudos, it is a good question, and Trump's answer, he knocked it out. He knocked the cover off the ball. I just want to see people quit dying. Let's take a call. Hey, you're on there.
All right, so I accuse you of raping me, and then you say
you're not my
no,
type.
I didn't. You say no, I didn't. All right, so we go to court. Well, first off, I've got to go lobby the legislature to get them to change the statutory laws from 5 years to 30 years just so I can accuse you of it. All right. But anyway, I accuse you of it. You say, no, you didn't. We go to court. Jury says, well, no, he didn't. And then they say, but Clay, just because I said that you did, you owe me $5 million. What type of logic is that? They said in one breath, you did not rape this woman. And the second sentence was, but you owe her $5 million.
Yeah,
and the whole reason they said you owe $5 million is just so that these talking heads can say that he was found guilty. No, he wasn't. They said he didn't do it.
Exactly, and they have glossed right over that part. They've glossed right over it.
It makes no sense. And the fact that on the Ukraine thing, when he said, "I just want people to quit dying," it showed their lack of humanity whenever they were forcing the question, which side to win, which side to win. It shouldn't be about winning and losing. Stop dying. How about this? Let's stop spending billions of dollars. I can't even ride down the street without getting my tires popped off with big old potholes because we don't have infrastructure here. But I'm worried about Ukraine. We got 1 million people finna rush the southern border, and y'all are worried about who's going to win or lose. Screw that. Let's just get everybody home. Let's stop dying, and let's try to fix us. Because I don't care how much you send over there, until we fix our soul and our core, we're never going to be able to help anybody else in the world.
It's the fight for the soul of America, brother. Hit the nail on the head. Great call.
I will.
Great call. You know, we're supposed to continue to send. Y'all need to go listen to the most recent Joe Rogan, not the most recent, but one of the most recent Joe Rogan shows. It's got Dave Smith, the comedian. I think he's one of the head of the head of the Libertarian Party, something like that. I know he runs. I think he runs the Libertarian Twitter anyway. Man, they really took a deep dive into this Ukraine thing. I mean, and just from a pretty interesting perspective, because I wouldn't consider either one of these people conservative, but they're not Democrats either. So it was interesting hearing their take. They're both very informed, and at the end of the day, we share pretty much the same take on this. That we need to quit sending money over there. And just quit blowing money. Quit sending it over there. We got way too many problems in America. Jackson, Mississippi. And I don't believe that we should just be letting people destroy things to the point that somebody has to fix it. But I would still rather see Jackson get its water fixed and streets paved and proper police on the government's dime than I would send another penny to Ukraine. I do not, I'm just going to be honest, I don't care about the Ukraine people. I don't care about the Russian people either, though. You know, and I wish them all the best. I don't want to see anybody die. But that ain't my problem. But somehow it's become our problem. They're taking a third or more of your paycheck every week for the ones of you that work and sending it over there instead of for stuff at home. It don't make no dang sense. Phone lines are wide open. 601-879-0002. The Guns and Gear text line, 769-241-1944. I will be getting to your text after this break on 103.9 FM WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. Hey, look, man. Our good friends out there at Battlefield Drag Strip have been beaten up with the weather on the weekends. I mean, it's just been a washout more times than not. And I mean, just imagine owning a business and being dependent on having to be open outside when this weather comes through in the spring around here. And I want to make sure you guys know, it looks like they're going to be able to race this Friday night. They got a big one out there in Collinsville at Battlefield Drag Strip. It's the No Prep Jam. This Friday, May 12th, $250 buy-in on the small tire, $10,000 to win. That's based on 32 cars, which they'll have that no problem. So that's going to be fun. That is going to be fun. It is a no prep, and that to me, that's the fun stuff. That's a lot of your grudge race and stuff like that, like what you see on Street Outlaws and all that. So $20 gate fee. Kids 12 and under get in free. Dads, moms, grab them kids, take them out there. You get in for $20, and they get in free. You really can't beat that. That averages out to like 10 a head, something like that. They got BJ the flag man on the light. Your tech card, that means, to race is only $40. Testing starts at 7. I think gates open around 6. Yep, that's it. Gates at 6. Testing starts at 7. They have their drivers meeting at 6:30, and the track is hot at 9 p.m. as far as actual racing. So get out there, check it out this Friday night. Battlefield Drag Strip. The weather should be nice. It ain't cold. It ain't going to be too hot. Get out there and enjoy it before it gets too hot outside. Once that humidity kicks in, it's like, ugh. You can check them out on Facebook. Just go facebook.com/the Battlefield Drag Strip. Only 90 minutes east of Jackson, right out there in Collinsville, the metropolis of Collinsville, Mississippi. It's a fun track out there, man. Y'all go out there and check it out. We appreciate them sponsoring the Clay Edwards Show. All right. I'm just sitting here strolling on Twitter. And one of the things I like about Twitter is just the absolute meltdowns and outrage from both sides. But today, the left is having their grand meltdown. I mean, the same people who were just making fun of Fox News and conservatives last week, 2 weeks ago, when Tucker got fired. Oh, y'all gonna quit watching Fox News now? No, and Fox News turned their backs on you. We turned our backs on Fox News a long time ago. I don't really care what they do. But they are mad at CNN, guys. There's another hashtag or a trending topic. If you're bored, go to Twitter and type in the search bar Ted Turner. They are very mad. Honky Pox here says it best. Liberals across America are consoling each other this morning over the CNN town hall with Donald Trump. Swastikas, Nazi memes, hate for Ted Turner, and the end of democracy claims are only outnumbered by their tears of hate for free speech. Today is a good day. Hashtag boycott CNN. The Resistance veteran says CNN is an eftacular disgrace. Trump is a pathological liar. There is no truth in him. He's the very essence of evil and the personification of a demon. History will remember the CNN MAGA rally masquerading as a town hall as the beginning of its end. Ted Turner will fire them all. And he has a picture of Donald Trump with a swastika hat on. I mean, these people are broken. They're broken. Shaun, if you're listening this morning, Yurtkuran, call in. We were texting during this last night. I want your opinion on it. I want a lefty's opinion on it. 601-879-0002. Let's read some more of the meltdowns. Sharon Wheeler says, no longer the great Ted Turner news station, now just the Collaborator News Network. And they've got a QNN logo, I guess for QAnon maybe. Kevin DeGrusing says, don't blame these. I guess these are some people that work for CNN. Don't blame Chris Licht. He's just following his marching orders. David Zaslav and John Malone are the real ones out to destroy everything for cheap frills and ratings. Now they just want to be Diet Fox. Dang the consequences. Shaun, the number is 601-879-0002. I want to get Shaun's take on this because he actually thought it was a good town hall. That's why I like talking to Shaun. You know, I've been begging for one of the white liberals to call into this show or to come on this show forever. He's the first one to step up and do it. You know, I'll give anybody that wants to come in here and have a respectful conversation, I'll absolutely share this platform with you. Heck, I'll be honest, I like talking with people who I disagree with more than I like talking to people I agree with. You know, I like to get into the mind of the other side a little bit. So say what y'all want. I give Shaun big props for calling in, for coming in and doing this show. He's not hearing me say the number here. He just texted and asked what it was. So he's actually fixing a call in here. I just texted him the number. So as we wait on Shaun's call, we'll read some more of these texts here, or more of these angry tweets. I can't even pronounce this guy's name, but he says, I will never watch CNN again. I loved it when Ted Turner started it. It was a very articulistic back then. It's a disgrace now. All right, we got Shaun on the line. Hey, brother.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, appreciate you listening and calling in.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the meltdown over here on Twitter, and You text me and said, man, this thing's actually pretty good. You said Trump was doing a good job, I think was kind of what you said. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, here's my take on it, man. I thought it was incredible, right? Not that necessarily – I thought, first of all, it was incredible that CNN would have him on, right? Because I think it was bringing in so many other viewers to their station that wouldn't have watched before. Would you agree with me on that?
I was one of them.
Right. I mean, I thought that part – now, not to say that I think Trump was being truthful, because I know you and I disagree on that. I think he lied the entire time. But I think I think he handled himself very well on a hostile network. I thought that was impressive. And somebody asked the question, I think, in one of the talking heads, they're like, would Joe Biden have gotten on Fox News? I think he should get on Fox News, but I don't know that he will.
But I also don't think he'll get on CNN. I don't think they can put him up on a stage to do that. I don't think he can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was getting a lot of texts last night from people saying this is a travesty that he's on CNN. I thought this was one of the better moves that they've made, that finally, hey, look, we're going to allow him to come on this network, and we're going to show everybody that we're not, completely biased to the left. I thought it was. I texted you that last night. I thought it was great.
And I thought and I'll tell you what I think my true opinion on it is. I thought the host was just accosting him the whole time. So if you're a CNN fan, she was trying to own him the whole time. So
yeah.
If I'm a CNN fan, I'm loving what she was doing. Because she was holding him accountable to all his answers. I mean, again, I disagreed with it, but if the role is reversed, she was coming at him the whole time.
Yeah,
that's what
right.
you want to see.
I thought she did a good job. I agreed with what the question she was asking. I mean, of course, I think the election is a hoax thing is crap, and that that he lost and all those things. So I thought, from my side, I thought she was asking him good questions, but I thought the biggest issue was the fact that he was on the station. And everybody should be happy about that. But from reading Twitter this morning, it's like, oh, no, we want to live in our echo chamber. We can't have somebody talk on our network that we don't agree with, which is just, as we talk about every day, it's ridiculous.
No, you need to hear what the other side has. It's almost like, and I'm sure the right can be like this too, but for the left, for the sake of conversation this morning, it's like they're scared they may agree with something that he says, and they just don't want to hear it.
Right, or just, under the guise of like, oh, he's just so bad we can't have him on the network. Like, to me, it's like, let's have him on, ask him those tough questions like Caitlin Collins did last night, give him a chance to answer those questions, and they did that. And I don't know what you want to do. Like, you want to just put him away in a basement and not talk to him and only let conservatives talk to him? I think it was a smart move on their part. And I think CNN, actually, this is the most publicity that CNN's gotten in a long time
since the failure of the streaming service.
Mm-hmm. Right. They're doing. They've gotten more publicity because of this, and I hope they continue to do that with him. And he's obviously, his status last night. I texted you that last night. He is the front runner for sure. I think he kind of exerted his dominance last night in the Republican field.
Oh yeah, he even took a shot at DeSantis, calling him DeSanctimonious. He's let you know this is what he's going to do.
Yeah, he put it down pretty good. Like I said, I thought Caitlin Collins did a good job. I thought Trump did a good job. I thought the thing was a very successful event. I did not expect this kind of massive hate this morning on CNN from the left about it. It's just crazy to me.
Here's my thought process on all this type stuff. Whether it's from the left, the right, whatever, don't censor folks. If somebody's ideas are so bad, the public will make the decision on that.
Right.
Like if he says something, like if you think he's so terrible and so bad, well, if that's the case, other people will see the same thing and they'll make it as the public will decide, the market will decide. Let bad ideas or good ideas either way flesh themselves out. In the public realm. It's like on the Save Jackson page, for example, here. Maybe I can articulate it better like this with this example. People would post racist comments sometimes, and people would get all mad at me. Why don't you delete that? Why are you letting that comment stay up there? I'm like, wouldn't you prefer to know who the racists are?
Yeah.
When they out themselves,
Yeah.
And I look at the marketplace of ideas as the same way. I want to know who's got the good ones and who's got the bad ones, and I'll make that decision.
Yeah, and that's what I thought, the great thing about 2020 was, and I know, again, you and I are going to disagree on this, but I thought the American public said, we're voting for Joe Biden. We don't want Donald Trump anymore. And you let them vote, and that's what they did. Now they've got another chance in 2024. They can decide who they want again. I think that's the way we do business here.
Yeah,
that's the way this country's supposed to work.
If we want Trump as our front runner and our candidate, we'll have the opportunity to do that in the primaries. And I mean, if it's running against Ron DeSantis, then so be it. We'll see how it all shakes out. And I feel the same way on the left side. It'll be interesting to see, where Democrats are at with like RFK versus Joe Biden, or maybe a Gavin Newsom, which I don't think he'll do well, but I'm just using him as an example. Maybe he'll step up and try to run too. It'll be interesting.
I mean, it's, at the end of the day, Clay, the American people need to make a decision who they want. Do they want Donald Trump? Do they want Joe Biden? That's up to them. Yep. And I say, let's let them hear all the information from both people that they can. If Donald Trump wants to lie about, his position, still, you got Caitlin Collins that can call him out, and vice versa with Joe Biden. I think that's what we're all trying to do here.
What do you think he lied about?
Well, I mean, he didn't about the election. Of course, I think the election was perfectly fine. No court in America.
I would too if my side won.
What else?
I would think it was perfectly fine too if my side won.
Right. I mean, you're right. Well, I mean, again, like I said yesterday, if there's a court that said that there was something nefarious going on, I'll listen to it, but no court ever said that. So I think right there he's lying there because no court. I think the one lady I don't know if you watched the after show.
I did.
One lady made a comment that I thought was interesting. She said that I think he believes that it was stolen, even if it wasn't. Like in his mind, he thinks it was, which I thought was an interesting point.
Well, I think something that's being misconstrued a little bit is the word stolen, I think, is being improperly used. I think that we can, or at least everybody on our side, there were some nefarious things that went on with the ballot harvesting and all that. That's facts. That happened. And the Republicans got caught with their pants down and the Democrats were just ready. If you want to call that stealing or whatever, it is what it is. They took advantage of a system that was flawed, and we didn't, at minimum.
Well, if you're calling stealing like the mail-in ballots that weren't done before because of COVID, I think that's a separate issue. Like I wouldn't call that stealing. That was just what the rules they passed at that time. That's not necessarily stealing the election.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, Joe Biden got more votes than Donald Trump. I mean, that's it.
Illegitimately. All right, Shaun, I'm going to take some more calls, brother. Have a good one. Let's take another call here. Hey, you're on there. Thanks for staying on hold.
Hey, man, you actually asked the question that I was going to ask. What did Donald Trump lie about? He said he was lying through the entire thing, and he goes back to the election. Well, Shaun just told a fib. There has not been a court to adjudicate any of this. There's not been one court case that was made it to a court. They've been, either you didn't have standing or you didn't file it after 10 days. You can't do it. They run the time clock out, just like Kim talked about. But I got a question for Shaun. You can ask him tomorrow. I won't get to listen. But is our border secure like Joe Biden says in Mayorkas? And we had the most secure border in the world, or is it wide open like Trump says?
I say it's wide open. And,
Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's wide open. Remember, lost him there. Shaun's listening, and we will definitely get on that tomorrow. Let's take one more call. Hey, you got about a minute. You're on there. Hello? Well, all right, we got to take a break. This is the Clay Edwards Show. Callers, phone line's wide open, 601-879-0002. We'll be right back. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. We're live here on 103.9 FM, WYAB, broadcasting live here in the ClayEdwardsShow.com studios. This segment is going to be brought to you by our good friends over at Carter Jewelers. They're having their annual balloon pop sale, but man, have they tied it in with something big. Late last year, Carter Jewelers bought the largest diamond purchase they've ever made in their 173-year history. Mr. Jerry Lake, the owner of Carter Jewelers, personally selected every piece of that diamond jewelry from the world's biggest diamond jewelry manufacturer at extreme closeout prices. Now, Carter Jewelers is having an incredible clearance sale, offering sale prices on this jewelry that are untouchable. Prices are marked down up to 70% off store-wide, and on top of these insane low prices, as I just mentioned, they're still going to celebrate their annual balloon pop promotion. The balloon pop works like this. After you've made your jewelry selection, pick and pop a balloon. Inside the balloon will be an extra discount voucher for up to 30% off. Every jewelry purchase also includes complimentary lunch for two at Hall & Miles under new ownership of Chef Damien. Carter Jewelers offers 12-month interest-free financing and no credit check financing. Trade-ins are welcome. Carter Jewelers located at Jackson on High Street, 2 blocks up from the Capitol, and on Pemberton Plaza and in Pemberton Plaza in Vicksburg. Sale ends Mother's Day Eve. Get out there and get your mama in something nice. Get it on the low-low. Mama ain't got to know you caught it on sale. Baby mama ain't got to know you caught it on sale. Girlfriend ain't got to know. Ain't got to know. Let's see here. All right. Let's take a call. Hey, brother, you're on there.
Hey, Clay. I'm sorry I hung up a few minutes ago when you had right after Shaun. Anyway, ask him. You asked the question I was going to. What was Trump lying about? He said everything. So just one question for him tomorrow, because Title 42 ends at 11:59 tonight, and we're going to have probably 700,000 people come across the border. Biden and Mayorkas are saying that our border is more secure. It's not open. So Trump said it wasn't. So who's lying?
Amen, brother. I was just sitting over here looking at all that.
All right, man. Have a good day.
You too.
Tell Shaun to put that address out if he likes illegal so much. He'll be more than happy to house it for you, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll send him over there.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, hey, look, he's 100% correct. You know, real quick about the Shaun stuff. You know, a lot of y'all have been getting on me about having Shaun on, and it goes back to the exact same thing that I just got through saying with him. And it's that I like to hear what the other side has to say. It just solidifies my thoughts and opinions and my personal beliefs. And most of the time, I come out of these conversations even more resolute about how I feel about things than I did when I went into them. You know, it's just like with the left trying to cope this morning over Trump being on CNN. You know, if his ideas are so bad and terrible, I want to know. I want to hear them. And vice versa. Same with any other candidate. If their ideas are so dangerous, such a threat to our democracy, I need to hear them. And I'll make my mind up. I don't need anybody else to make my mind up for me. I'm a grown-up, for better or worse. I tell people all the time, I can do bad all by myself. I don't need no help. I can do good all by myself, too. Just saying. It ain't so bad to hear somebody out. And as my buddy was just saying there, Title 42 ends tonight at 11:59, and it's going to be an absolute siege of America at the border. Texas is going to be under attack, these migrants. What they need to do, have them buses waiting down there, load every single one of them up. And I know you can't load 700,000 people up. But in theory, as many as you can, and send them all to crap holes like Jackson, Mississippi, Birmingham, Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana, Memphis, Tennessee, Chicago, California especially. So I'm talking about send as many to especially Northern California, San Francisco, Oakland, all up through there, Portland, all those white Antifa-tards fighting for what we should be doing at the border. Let them come up there and enjoy keeping Fondren funky. Keeping Portland weird. By the way, Fondren wants to be Portland so bad. Like, keep Fondren funky. It's funky, all right. Booty funky. Josh on my Guns and Gear text line says, you're right next to Jackson. Do you think they can't come to a neighborhood near you? I'm just saying, the people in Jackson vote for this kind of stuff. Let them come. Jacksonians, we're going to need some people around here that want to work. And I'm going to give them that. They will come to America to work. Jacksonians don't want to work. The stuff might start getting cleaned up around here. But Jackson should have to deal with that. Just like I ain't got no problem with Pearl, Brandon, and other places dropping off their homeless people in Jackson. Jackson got the shelters and the infrastructure for it. Jacksonians like this kind of stuff. They vote for these kind of policies. They vote for a mayor that sues the city over, how do you say it, homeless rights, panhandlers' rights. I mean, that's what y'all voted for. So y'all need to enjoy all that those policies have to offer. Send another 100,000 of them to Jacktown. I don't care. I really don't. People are mad at me for saying Jackson. Yeah, Jackson. Jacksonians vote for this stuff. Let them enjoy the perks of it all. Y'all act like I'm crazy. We think it's funny when we send them to Chicago? Because the mayor's an idiot up there, we think it's funny when we send them to New York? I think it'd be funny when we send them to Jackson. The people in Jackson vote for these policies. People in Jackson overwhelmingly voted for Joe Biden in Hinds County, in Jackson. Well, they should get to enjoy the perks of it. I know it's close to God's country in Rankin and Madison County. I get it. But these people keep voting for this nonsense. Let them enjoy the perks of it all the benefits that their policies have to offer. I don't know. Why is that so weird? Let's see here. Josh says, I guess that includes the coast also. True on the work. Better service at places as well. The Oyster House was horrible last night. No service. Never refilled our drinks. Food was subpar for price as well. Steven says, the Kill Chain documentary I sent you tells you how easy it is to hack into the voting machines. Wade, only a reality-denying person would believe the election wasn't stolen because it was stolen. A lot of text here for Shaun. I'm going to save those to tomorrow. Let's see here. I think I got another text I wanted to. All right, this is from one of my sources over at JPD. He says, I don't know how much you have been paying attention, but there's a huge Hispanic population in Jackson. Almost entire apartment complexes. Hell, the Cedarhurst, Broadmoor area is already about a quarter Hispanic. Crime in those areas have gone down. Boom! Let's take a break. Come back, close out the show today. This is the Clay Edwards Show on 103.9 WYAB. Rules when necessary. Hey, real quick, this segment brought to you by Ellis Autoplex. Get out there and check us out. EllisAutoplex.com. We're located right there on Highway 471 in Brandon. Call it Little Truck City. We ain't got the biggest lot in the world, but we got a lot of trucks crammed on it, especially F-150s. I think we have 2 F-250s right now also. And then we got a couple cars, SUVs. Just bought a 370Z. It'll be ready here in a few days to sell. So we try to keep some unique stuff as well. But again, if you're looking for a pre-owned F-150, we're going to be your spot. Shop us online, ellisautoplex.com, or just stop by and see me. I'm there personally selling vehicles every day from about 11:30, just say noon to 6 p.m., 9 to 3 every Saturday. I can be found right over there on Highway 471, right across from the back porch 471 and next to Boo's Barbecue. We're almost next to it. All right, ending the show today. Man, we had basically 2 entirely different shows in each hour. We talked about music the first hour, overrated bands, underrated bands. And the second hour, we filled it up with the Trump talk. You guys absolutely brought the heat today. Thank you so much. The text messages, the Guns of Gear text line, the phone line, everybody. Great job. Thanks to Shaun for calling in and kind of letting us be in our punching bag a little bit. He'll be here with me tomorrow. We're going to take this conversation into tomorrow. So, but ask a liberal. I have Shaun with me. The podcast will be available here shortly. Search ClayEdwardsShow.com or search Clay Edwards Show wherever you download music and podcasts. Mike Madison coming up next, followed by Jameson Haygood, and then Kim Wade from 4 to 6. See ya.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.